Hey guys, hey, I'm back. It is the next day. For you, it's just the next video, but for me, it's the next day. So let me tell you or show you what I've been working on here. Let's see, let's flip it over. Here we go. All right, so I cut out the top section of the frame right here, and that is what the spring perch or the top of the eyelet is. That's where the shackle is going to attach to. It's going to sit right up on here. What I did, I shot it. You guys can see here. It has 3M weld through primer on both sides. Plus, I shot the inside of the frame, and I got this one set on. Clamped it down here. You can see just about at level. Have to move it just a tad, so I'll loosen up the C-clamps just a little on one side or the other, then I'll tack it in. I'm going to run some tacks down this side, and then I'll run a bead as well on this side right here. And then, well, I'll run a tacks here, tacks under the other side, tacks along here as well. So what I ended up doing for rigidity and strength of this plate and trying to get everything level was notice I'm setting it right on top of the bottom of the two-piece frame. I took my combination square, grab it up here, and I loosen it up. Got one of my extra pieces here of frame that I cut out for the pockets. Found they're the same thickness, but half dozen one to the other. I got the top, one that's sitting on top, ground down the sides, so at least took the shavings off the side, so I got an accurate measurement. And then I set my combination square to the exact depth by setting it right here. Here, guys, I'll show you. Here we go, like that. Okay, so I set it on there, tighten it down, so it was exact depth, and then I ran this along. I ran my combination square along the top, making little lines, set it up on top of it, making little lines, so that I was getting the thickness of the top sheet of metal. So once I did that, then I ran a piece of tape along the bottom, putting all my lines together, and then used the old wheel of death, cutoff wheel, and cut it down, cut it across. I cut into the seam where they had stick welded it together, and then flap that piece off. So that's how it is. And then this piece will just sit right on there. And I did bevel the edges down right there, and the under part, you can see over here, the under part, so that I can hopefully get a good penetrating weld on the thin steel here. So I'll start heating up the puddle here on this thick piece, and then I'll just bridge it down, make sure that attaches, and then move my way down after putting it in spot weld. So that's how we're sitting. Pretty close to level right now. I need to go that like that, so I need to push down on this side, on the inside of the frame, just a little bit with the C-clamps, get it all dialed in, and then this is how it will sit. So the whole reason I'm doing this is so that these perches will sit here nice and level. And remember, I've still got my 57 mark right there, so it'll line up right there with the 57-inch mark. I do like the way CPP flared out these ends. I had talked about in a previous video that I put these little strength, these extra little pieces of metal here were not there. I welded these little patches in on both sides of it just to give a little extra rigidity at the top. I really don't think it needs it. It's plenty strong enough the way that it is. And then I'll weld on the inside of each one of these little stands, and I don't think it's going anywhere, especially with that bend. You guys really see that? See the bend they have, the flare they have coming out on each side here. You can see that in the sunlight. So see how it comes out on each side. So, but before I weld or tack this on, and I won't weld this on, I'm just going to tack it on. I will cut. I'm going to see if I can get a Sawzall, and I'll just cut down, rather not use the grinding disc, cutoff wheel to do that, but I'll just cut down here, and then I'm going to cut down. I do like that I'm using the thicker metal across, bridging these two, where they just had it, you know, welded, the two pieces just kind of welded together. I think this is also going to give it some more strength, the frame, just bringing these two pieces in at this corner where we're coming together. So I think it's going to add a little rigidity there. Not that it's much, but hey, every little bit can count. So that's what we're doing. That's what's on the plan. I'll probably finish this video up by just getting this top part done, cutting this section right up in here, tacking this guy on, and then I've got to flip the frame again to make sure that everything's right. I just have those leaf springs there just to show you guys kind of the difference. I know I did before in the last video, but man, those RideTech composites are nice. They really are nice. The originals are so heavy. So that's what's going on, guys. We're moving forward, getting this done. And yeah, so the end of this video, I should have these guys at least tacked on and this top plate welded on nice and level and getting ready to flip it back over. All right, I'll show you guys what's happening in just a minute. So here's the difference between the gauge metal in the frame and the plate I'm putting in. So you can see right here, it's at, oh, kind of hard for you to see there, that's 13. And then the plate I'm putting in is 3/16. So yeah, it's going to give it some stability, at least for that mounting bracket. Now you can see I've got it set to 0 there, and unless the front has changed, it was set to 0 as well. And 0 to 5, little variance. So I'm going to go ahead and put the tacks in, and I'm going to keep this level just sitting right up over here while I put the tacks in, so that I can keep checking it to make sure it's not. I know it's going to move as the little puddles cool, but as the spot weld's cool, so we'll just see how it goes. All right, guys, I'll bring you guys back in just a sec. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. So it's looking like we're at, let's see, 15. All right, so what I'm doing right now is just making sure that it's level. Get this guy here, and I'm going to try to. We're pretty close. However, oops. All right, I'm going to have to take that leaf spring out. We're sitting right now at 0.1. So 0.1, 0.15. I'm going to clamp it down a little bit on this side right here, be the inside of the frame, and hold it up as I put the other tacks in, and then see how it works out. But thus far it's tacked in, so we're moving forward. All right, guys, I'm going to turn you off just for a sec while I get these leaf springs taken out of here.